Game week 5 of the Premier League is here, and we have got some pretty big games for this one, and potentially a massive game for the title race. So this is going to be a pretty interesting video to say the least. So if you're new around here, you like weekly Premier League, or I guess every game Premier League predictions, or whatever you want to call it, then leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into these predictions. We're going to start off, actually, with the games. We're going to start off with West Ham versus Chelsea, a London derby, to be honest. Pretty big game. Both teams, West Ham and Chelsea, could finish similar positions near each other in the table. I've gone for a 1-1 draw. I think, West Ham at home, they obviously Lopetegui have had a decent start, and I think they will continue that against Chelsea. They'll get a point at home. Chelsea, I think, will take a point away at West Ham. Obviously, Chelsea, the most unpredictable team in the world. They'll either win one week, they'll lose the next, or they'll draw, and they'll just be nowhere. So I think a 1-1 draw is a perfectly respectable score to go with. Obviously, West Ham will lead early on, and Chelsea will score late on. And the point will be a point piece for both clubs. So my prediction is 1-1. Next up, we have is Aston Villa versus Wolves. Obviously, Villa, off the back of winning in the Champions League away at Young Boys, the first Champions League game in over 40 years, are going up against the Wolves team who have struggled a little bit this season. And I'm going for a 3-1 Villa win. I think it'll be a pretty comfortable win for Villa. Obviously, it's a Midlands derby, that was called. So, and I'm backing. I think Villa will win. I think, they're just too good right now, Villa, compared to Wolves. And 3-1, it's going to be pretty comfortable. No questions about it. So my prediction, as you can see, 3-1 Villa. No problems at all for Aston Villa. Next up, we have is Fulham versus Newcastle. And as you can see, I've got a very 2-1 win for Newcastle. But this one could go either way. I won't be surprised if Fulham win this game. Fulham, they've been that team this year. They're not going to go down. They're not going to finish in Europe. They're going to finish mid-table. But there's always that one mid-table team who's just annoying. And that's going to be them this year. And I've just gone for Newcastle. Obviously, Newcastle have had a good start to the year. And I think they will continue that just with a 2-1 win. It would be surprised. I think Fulham will lead early on. And Newcastle, similar to the Wolves game, will win it in the end. 2-1 in the end for Newcastle. But I would be surprised if Fulham win this one. Or if it's a draw. Because, Fulham is that annoying team this year to face. Next up, we have Leicester versus Everton. And as you can see, I think Everton's principal season will continue. I've gone for a 2-0 win to Leicester. Pretty comfortable win, to be honest. I think Vardy will score a goal for Leicester. And it'll be an own goal. The second, one of the other goals will be an own goal. Everton, I was close to going 3-2 again, but they're not going to do it again. But they're not going to lose 3-2 again. But it's just a mess. It's just a mess after mess after mess for Everton. This is one of those games where they have to get something, and they won't. It's going to be a 2-0 win for Leicester. Pretty comfortable. First win of the year for them. And Everton, more problems. That's why I say Everton is just not convincing me at all at the moment. So, pretty comfortable win for Leicester at the end. Next up, Liverpool versus Bournemouth. And I've got a pretty comfortable-ish win. It's not guaranteed fully comfortable, but I've got for them a 3-1 win over Bournemouth. Obviously, Liverpool off the back of beating AC Milan in the Champions League. Obviously, did lose last week to Nottingham Forest, but I think they will put that. That's already, they won every week, so that's already behind them. I've gone for a 3-1 win over Bournemouth. As I said, it's going to be comfortable-ish. Bournemouth are going to cause problems. They're probably like 1-1 half-time, but then Liverpool will score a second, then they'll get to third in like the 70th minute, and then be pretty comfortable after that. So, 3-1 Liverpool is my prediction in the end, and get back to winning ways in the league. Next up is the first of the all-promoted ties or games this season, Southampton versus Ipswich, and I've gone for, you could argue maybe it's a bit of a surprise, I've gone for a 2-0 Ipswich win. I'm backing Ipswich to get the first win of the season. Southampton currently pointless. Southampton needs something from this game if they're going to do anything this year. And I don't see it. I've gone for a 2-0 win for Ipswich. It wouldn't surprise me if it ends up a draw or Southampton win, but I'm going for an Ipswich win. I'll say it'll be 1-0 half time and then 2-0 by the end. But Southampton, a lot of people predict Southampton to do well this year. Why? I got no clue. It's just nothing. I don't see anything good about Southampton. So, other than Aaron Ramsdale, but that's in the past. Now, plus, Aaron Ramsdale has records of getting relegated with teams when he's in a relegation scrap. So, I just don't see anything for Southampton. I'm going for Ipswich to get the first win of the season and the first Premier League win since 2002. I'm backing Ipswich in this one. Next up, Tottenham versus Brentford. Obviously, Tottenham, off the back of losing the North London derby, to Arsenal last week. And barely, and I mean barely, beat Coventry in midweek in the Carabao Cup. I've got them to win. Not convincing at all. 1-0 win over Brentford. Tottenham have been horror this year. There's no way to describe it other than horror. Like, every single game, apart from even the Everton one wasn't that convincing. Or was it? Everton was convincing. Oh, where's Everton? I just have done it. That's all you need to say. So, I think, it's going to be good. There's another... I'm waffling right now. I can't speak. That's how bad Tottenham. I can't even speak English. It's obviously another London derby. I would be surprised if Brentford get a point in this, or if they even win. But I'm backing Tottenham. Brentford had a very tough start. We've had City, they've had Tottenham, although Tottenham isn't really hard. I don't know. I've got something in my eye. And they've had another top team as well. So it hasn't been the best start for Brentford. Liverpool as well. So, but get them out of the way with now, and I think they will lose 1-0 to Tottenham at the end. Next up, I've gone for a bit of a surprise here. Crystal Palace versus Manchester United. I've gone for a 2-1 win to Crystal Palace. I'm backing them to beat United. Yeah, I think it might be their first win of the season if they win this Palace. I'm not sure. I can't remember if they've won or not. I think they've drawn already. So I'm going Palace to beat United. United, again, very similar to Chelsea. They win 1 week and then they'll be nowhere the week after. So yeah, I'm backing a Palace win. If United were at home, I'd back United, but they're not. And as a result, I'm backing Crystal Palace. 2-1 in the end for Palace. Get a win over United. Here's my prediction. Next up, Brighton versus Nottingham Forest. And I've gone for a 2-2 draw. Two teams who've had very good starts to the season. Brighton, but I think neither of them have lost yet, I don't think. Obviously, Brighton off the back of drawing with Ipswich last week was a bit of a drop point. You could argue for Brighton, and Forest obviously off with that fantastic win over Liverpool. Both teams, I think, have won 2 and drawn 2. So both teams, as I said, have had great starts to the season. And I think they'll both continue their unbeaten streak by getting a point apiece. 2-2 is the score. I think it'll be one of those entertaining games, lots of goals, 4 goals. And just one of those good fun games, you know. And by the end of it, everyone shakes hands like, yeah, you know what, fair result. That's a fair result, yeah. And a point apiece. So that is my prediction. 2-2 in the end. Both continues to good start. Next up, obviously, it is the big game of the weekend. One of the big games of the season. You know, title implications already, potentially. Manchester City versus Arsenal. And I've gone for a 0-0 draw. Is that biased in there? Yep. Am I expecting City to win? Yes. But I'm predicting a draw because I have to be hopeful. 0-0 in the end. But obviously, both City and Arsenal drew 0-0 in Europe. In the Champions League, in midweek, City with Inter home to Inter, and Arsenal away to Atalanta. I would say Arsenal had the better point out of that over Arsenal and City. And that just, in fact, both those games are 0-0. That's just the point. It's just how this week is going to be. 0-0s. I'll definitely take a 0-0 draw away at City. Obviously, we did it last year. I'm hoping we do that again this year. But yeah, I'm obviously worried. Obviously, injuries are not helping us midfield-wise. Our defence, though, is what I think will help us. Keep Haaland. You keep Saliba, Gabriel, Haaland. Going to keep Haaland in their pockets where he belongs. And we'll get a point. Obviously, City, De Bruyne is a doubt. So we'll see if he's available or not. Obviously, I'll still with Odegaard. I'm sure City paid off whoever that was to injure him. And yeah, 0-0 in the end. Here's my prediction. Which would mean City would still be like 2 points out of Arsenal, I think. So yeah, that's my prediction. 0-0 for the biggest game of the weekend. I'm sure many people are like, oh, you're biased Arsenal, but yes, I am. Am I biased? Yes. James would have said United win 10-0. So I'm fine. So yeah, 0-0 is my prediction. And yeah, Palace beat United is a big shock, I would say, from this round. But overall, I'm happy with those predictions. They'll probably all be wrong, because that's how my prediction luck goes. So if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe for that. What do you think City and Arsenal will be? Do you think City will probably batter Arsenal? Potentially. Do you think any of these other scores are horrific? Let me know, and I'll see you on the next one for next week's predictions. Bye, guys.